The Fisherman's Journey, Discovering Islam. There was a fisherman, a simple man of the sea, who spent his days casting nets into the deep waters, hoping for a good catch. But little did he know his greatest discovery wouldn't come from the ocean. It would come from a journey of faith that would change his life forever. In a small coastal village, a fisherman lived a life that was simple and steady. His days were spent on the water, battling the waves, reading the tides, and bringing home the catch that would feed his family. He was a man of routine, comfortable with the world around him. And there was something deep inside that he couldn't quite name, a sense of longing, of searching for something more. He had always heard about Islam in passing, rumors, whispers, and occasional stories. He knew that it was a religion practiced by many, but the narrative he had heard wasn't kind. He had been told that Islam was oppressive, rigid, and violent. Yet something in him stirred when he thought of it. There was a curiosity that he could not ignore, a desire to understand. One evening, after a long day at sea, the fisherman sat on the edge of the shore, watching the sunset behind the horizon. The air was cool, the waves were calm, and he felt a deep, overwhelming sense of peace. He thought to himself, there must be more to life than this. As much as he loved the sea, he could not shake the feeling that something was missing. That night, a traveller passed through the village. He was a man who seemed different from the others, quiet, calm, with an air of wisdom in his eyes. They spoke for a while, and the conversation soon turned to faith. The traveller spoke of Islam, explaining that it was a faith built on peace, knowledge, and submission to God. He described the importance of kindness, respect for nature, and the pursuit of wisdom. The fisherman listened intently, intrigued by this new perspective. The fisherman's journey, however, wasn't without its challenges. Though the words of the traveller had sparked something inside him, he was faced with doubts. The world around him was not kind to his curiosity. Friends and family dismissed his interest, telling him that Islam wasn't for them. Why bother? They asked. It's a religion of the others, not ours. But the fisherman could not ignore the pull he felt toward this new understanding. He began reading, seeking knowledge from books and scholars. He learned that Islam was not the violent, oppressive faith he had been told about. Instead, it was a religion that emphasized peace, compassion, and wisdom. It taught the importance of learning and growing, of seeking knowledge as one would seek the best fish in the sea. Still, there were times when doubt crept in. The fisherman felt lost, unsure of where to turn. The teachings of Islam seemed vast and complex, and he felt like he was adrift in a sea of information. He wondered if he was capable of truly understanding it all. But one day, while out on the water, something changed. The fisherman sat in his boat, looking out over the horizon. The sea stretched endlessly before him, and the wind whispered across the surface. It was then that he had a moment of clarity. He remembered a quote he had read from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who had said, "The ink of the scholar is more sacred than the blood of the martyr." In that moment, everything fell into place. Islam wasn't about war or conquest. It was about wisdom, knowledge, and peace. It was about understanding the world and one's purpose in it. The fisherman realized that the teachings of Islam resonated deeply with him, just as he had always respected the sea's rhythms and its creatures. He now understood the importance of respecting the divine wisdom that guided the world. From that day on, the fisherman made the decision to embrace Islam. It wasn't a grand moment of revelation, but rather a quiet, powerful realization. Just as he had learned to trust the sea and its cycles, he now chose to trust in God and the guidance Islam offered. He began to pray, to learn more, and to reflect on the teachings of the Quran. His understanding grew, and he found peace in the rituals and in the knowledge that Islam provided. He felt a deep connection, not only to the natural world around him, but also to the vast, infinite wisdom that guided it. Through his journey, the fisherman learned many valuable lessons. The importance of seeking knowledge. Just as he learned to read the tides and the waters, he learned that seeking knowledge, whether about religion, the world, or life itself, is essential for growth. Peace through submission. True peace didn't come from controlling the sea or the winds. It came from submitting to the will of God and trusting in His plan, kindness and hospitality. The fisherman was welcomed by Muslim communities with warmth and generosity, showing him that kindness and respect transcended cultural barriers. The fisherman's story is one of transformation, of finding peace and purpose in a faith he once knew little about. It's a reminder that seeking truth is a journey, and sometimes that journey leads us to places we never expected. If you, like the fisherman, are searching for answers or want to understand more about Islam, don't be afraid to ask questions. Seek knowledge and be open to learning. The truth is often hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered. If you found this story inspiring or have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Let's continue the conversation and explore together. And if you want to hear more stories of transformation and discovery, don't forget to subscribe. In the next video, we'll dive into another fascinating journey, this time exploring the beautiful culture of Japanese traditions. You won't want to miss it.